This word is gonna be in English. I'm a man who can see and understand how the truth is gonna be. I predict the future and I prophesize things. And I talk to aliens and creatures, and I'm a high-ranked creature among human beings. This is a comedy. What's that? Excuse me one second. If you want to know what is this, all what you need to do is just ask me a question. Not in this channel, in the main channel. You can find my main channel in the description. Bitch. Vegas. It's recording. What's the problem, bro? Bro. I have a small issue here. If the West nation continue being prosperity, the Western nation, we are going to be destroyed. So the Western nation must be destroyed. Really, this Western nation must be fucked. Am I funny as hell? When you stay alone for a long time, choosing that voluntarily, like being celibate. I am voluntarily celibate. I'm not forced to be celibate. So when you're voluntarily staying alone for a long time, you just start developing this crazy sense of humor, which make you laugh sometime alone. Let's not talk about the major friends. Anyway, the Western nation, as a Western nation, must be fucked and destroyed. If the Western nation is not destroyed, we are going to face a real great deal of problems in the future. What do you mean, which nation? I'm talking about the Muslims, one, and definitely the Ishmaelians, you know what I'm saying? Why? The West attempts to control Middle East. We need to talk about religion. I mean, they said religion is the morphine or whatever of the people. We got this. The West always interfere in Middle East, intruder, either in the name of religion, colonizing it, or whatever. And they exaggerate when it's come to the subject that there is a threat from these Muslims. More than the worries of the Chinese, the worries of the Russians. They're always worried that the Muslims would come and change their filthy dark group faith or whatever. Because basically Islam do not come, shut up, don't argue. Islam do not come in, the people of Islam come and control, you know. Islam come and prosper through you, through the people of the land, like happened in Andalusia. Okay, the Arabs might have some figures, but you go and check the names and other things, people were thankful. Like India, for example. Good things happened in India, even if you lie a lot. Though it's different example between India and what's called Spain right now. Because Satan invested a great deal of investment, my God, the West. The thing I'm trying to say is, let's give a small example. Return back to 1910, or 1880, even at the time of the weak Turkish Empire, which is called Islamic Khilafah. At the end, no longer Islamic Khilafah, it's just an empire, Turkish racist empire. Do my great respect, to those who might argue regarding some figures like the Khalifa or whatever. So, this is what should be called. This interference, which was very open, Turkey has retreated, and there was a lot of deception with establishing the so-called Israeli state, empowering the Persian on those Arabs, natives, or other nations, Muslim Sunnis, in what's called Iran right now. I'm not going to go calling it Arabic Jewish, Arabic Israeli conflict rubbish. The West invested in a positive way in India and in China. China, Japan explained the relationship. There was a Cold War between Russia and the West, or America. Okay, the Soviet Union divided, but still Russia is a very important, powerful nation, and look what they are doing right now in Ukraine. They would say, and they did say, we're not Iraq. Be careful, we're not Iraq. You're not dealing with Saddam Hussein or dealing with Putin. They said it. Even in Ukraine. This is not Iraq and Kuwait. This is Russia and Ukraine. Russia and Syria and Russia with... What I'm trying to say is that China is getting more powerful. India, anti-Muslim India, is getting more powerful. Russia itself, and now America might give Russia something to... They have the oil, they have the power, they depend on themselves. Unlike us, and I don't need to go in details even when it comes to Saudi Arabia, consuming society and other things. So basically the West, if the West continue controlling Middle East, okay, the West is controlling the Middle East. We are gonna continue being weaker. It reached the level where Trump is saying, we're helping you, we're protecting you. You should give us more money. The West is behind helping Ibn Saud. The West is behind Sykes-Picot, which is dividing. The West behind the retreat of the Turks in a way that is not positive to us. The West. God's will. And it happened. You can't change the past. That they came and they did a lot of horrible destruction. Unbelievable. They took advantage of the weakness there. There was no chance for the Muslim nation or the natives there or the Muslim to create some sort of solution, better solution. No. The solution is provided by the colonizing power alone. And the colonizing power alone choose the borders of the countries and choose who rule or take him down. In 80% of the case, maybe 20%, there is other options. They tried with Saddam, they even wanted him, but look at Saddam. And the result of colonizing the colonies, there was some positive result and negative result. Positive like Saddam is a positive. It was colonizing period, horrible. Dictatorship is a must to control the area and bring stability. The negative result is this minority Alawi, Hafez al-Assad, who rules all Sunni majority Syria. Saddam is from there. He was a good result. Now you don't come and say, but a Sisi then have the right to control the country with iron fist. Bin Salman, no, it's different, absolutely different. We're talking about the beginning of the third millennium, the 21st century, and it's different in what's called Saudi Arabia. And Egypt went into a lot. There should be a democracy, but you interfered and you helped the Sisi to be there. Do you see the West is behind it? Mohammed bin Salman is a good choice. It's a good change. You don't want the change that is suitable for us. So if the West is keep on being powerful, we are going. That what did he say? The congressman. He said, if it's not us, the West in America, you would be speaking Belgian. Look at Obama and how good the democratic regime is with Iran. Look at the Republican. Jerusalem is the capital of the so-called. Look at the House of Parliament mention people who honestly won't bring any prosperity to our nation. They are enemy. Look at President talking about General Hadlon. What sort of prosperity are you going to bring to me? Except humiliation to the people of land. Yes. Talking about the minority and leaving and not mentioning 1 out of 100 of what you mention against us, against these minority intruders, like the so-called Shiite. And you're always mentioning them in your institutes, and never mention the way you mention it. You never mention the Baluchis or Ahwazis and Kurds in Iran. Horrible. If you continue being powerful, controlling the area, Russia is going up, Moscow, China is going up, India is going up, and their allies in the region going up, while we're weaker, and at the end you will be collapsed. You're either this capitalism, or whether either or not, you will be collapsed, and then we will deal with these big powers which will fuck us even more, or the same stable line of fucking us. That's the issue. So we want the West to be destroyed now. If the West is destroyed now, yes, we will be dealing with powerful China, regardless how it's going to be. I mean, nuclear war or something better. To get rid, because we're a human being. Listen, we are human being. We deserve dignity. You don't want to listen. Not you, not Moscow, not Russia, not Iran. We have the right. We have dignity. We cannot. If the West is controlling everything, the West is gonna make us more consumer, more weak, make the change weaker, destroy our nation. The West basically want us to vanish. Want the good things that represent the country to be vanished, the nation to be vanished. You get the point? Huh? So if you're destroyed, if the West is destroyed, the chance for us to rebuild ourselves is better. If the West is destroyed now, the chance is bigger. If the West is destroyed after a decade, the chance is a little bit less. Because with time we're getting weaker. Now we're getting, after 100 years, we are in a weak, bad situation if the West is going to be destroyed after a century. So I curse you and I curse all enemies and I ask all destruction to happen to you. No, I'm not a bad person. You are bad. Yes, you're bad. You're horrible. I'm saying the truth. What? And even when I come here and ask for my rights, look what the fuck you did to me.